What's good, everybody? Man, 2 days left this year. 2024 seemed to go by pretty quick. How was 2024 for y'all? I'll tell you what, there's nothing we can do about it now, right? We're 2 days left in the year. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Hey, that's all good because we have a brand new set of downs, right? You like football? Brand new set of downs starting on Wednesday. Refresh, right? Junk removal in 2025. Is it worth it? Hell yeah, it's worth it. Look, if you're looking into junk removal as a side hustle, or you're looking into junk removal as a way of maybe leaving the 9 to 5 job, 100%, I don't care where you're at, you can do it. Junk removal could bring you from $500 to $1,000 a day just as a side hustle. I tell you, yes, junk removal in 2025, if you are watching this and you're trying to decide, is junk removal a realistic way of making money? And is it something that I can do to maybe surpass what my revenue is every month at my 9 to 5 job? Yeah, and a whole lot more. You can not only do $500 to $1,000 a day. It's low cost to get into it, using whatever you have right now, whatever resources you have, because everybody thinks you got to have a dump truck, you got to have a pickup truck, you got to have the. You can start today if you set up your junk removal company legally in the state, in the town that you're in. That means at least some insurance for business. Make sure your LLC or C Corp or whatever it is set up correctly. Setting it up correctly and start advertising on all the free social media links. I can tell you, when I started, I didn't have a Facebook, I didn't have Instagram, I didn't have Twitch or Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. I didn't have any of those social media sites. So if I was to start all over for 2025, this is how I would do it. Now, it's different with wherever you live at, but it's almost the same. It starts with research. What you're doing right now, you're on YouTube, you're trying to watch as many videos as you can about junk removal, right? You got all these people out there that are in the junk removal space. They all have their own opinions, which it's our own opinion, but you're going to take a little bit of everything from what everybody's telling you, from all these videos that you're watching. You probably watch hundreds of hours if you're interested in junk removal. But I will tell you, this is what I would do, strictly just me, if I was going to start all over again in 2025, junk removal, right? I would go out, I would price out what the dump costs are, because your dump fee, you can no longer, if you're branded, you don't want to go out there and dump on the side of the road. You want to find out what your transfer station and your dumps are charging per ton is what it normally is, right? Here in Virginia Beach, Virginia, it went up this year, but you're looking at $78 per ton. What does your transfer or dump take as far as, I should say, what don't they take? Paints, aerosol cans, propane, gas, hazmat materials, right? Find out, because you don't want to go do a job where you pick up these things and then you're banned from the dump or the transfer station. You want to make sure that everything is legal, from your name to your LLC to business insurance, which does not cost a lot, okay? It's going to cost you more if you mess something up and don't have it. It's always just that comfort level of having insurance. Like, what if happens, right? That's what it is. Insurance is what if something happens, well, you're covered. But you want to set it up legally in your state because you don't want anything to come back on you or you get sued or something stupid, right? So that's the first thing I would do. I would make sure that everything is in line. I set everything up prior to going out and doing junk removal. Then if I don't have a truck, a dump truck, a trailer, what can you use? You can use the vehicle that you have right now, whatever that vehicle is. And if you're like, well, it's too small, go around to Penske and U-Haul and all these other rental companies, find out the pricing for rentals for a day, and that price needs to be included into your junk removal pricing, right, throughout the day. But you can do junk removal basically starting off with anything, right? It's just to get out there knowing that you're going to stack that cash and put it away, and whatever you're doing it with now, you can upgrade later, but it's just getting into the business at a very, very low cost of entry. So knowing that, I would go on to all the social medias. Like I said, I didn't have any of that before. I would get on the Facebook. I would get on Instagram. I would get on YouTube. I would make sure I have a Google My Business. Now check this out. It's a free nugget that nobody explains to you until you figure it out yourself, basically, or a friend of yours that's maybe doing it. They tell you. Google and YouTube are together. So I would start a YouTube channel from day one also to document video documentation of what you do daily. Just for yourself. You're not going to make money off of YouTube for a while because you got to get so many subscribers, so many watch hours, but it's just to start documenting your journey. I started YouTube a year probably after I started, but I was on YouTube. I searched out all the big names. I watched hundreds and hundreds of videos, if not 1,000 videos, before I ever took the leap. So now that you got your articles of organization, you got your LLC, you got your business insurance, you got the pricing for your dump, you need to figure out what you're going to charge. In the beginning, you cannot go out there and charge what the franchises charge. You're not a franchise. You're out there. It's a side hustle basically till you get it figured out. But you have to make sure that you cover your dump fee, your time, you personally, your time. What are you worth? What do you need to get paid? Your fuel, your expenses. You need to figure a lot of that out. So a lot of times in the beginning, you want to do the whole rough draft. You want to have, all of this in one section, what my expenses might be, what my cost should be. And it's a lot of trial and error. If you go to a house and the customer says, hey, I have a king size mattress. It's on the first floor. What would you call it? What would you charge me to take it away? And you're like, oh, $20. You're going to lose money. You need to make sure that in some transfer stations, they make you pay like $35 a mattress. You got to make sure that you get these lists. A lot of it's online. You can just go to your local transfer station online and pull up the price list. But you don't want to get caught where you're charged $35 for a mattress, but you charge the customer $20. Now you're over here trying to dump it on the side of the road, and the customer calls or the city calls, and you want to do things on the up and up, right? You want to do things the right way because you're building your name, you're building your brand. Everything you do is going to be the foundation for the rest of your business, right? So what you do in the beginning is how you're probably going to operate later on. If you're dumping illegally and you don't have business insurance, and look, you're not going to be successful. You're going to end up taking a loss, right? So in order to get the W, we do everything legitimately, and then we post on all social media. You do not need to pay Angie's List. You don't need to pay Craigslist. You don't need to pay any of these places that are going to call you nonstop and ask you to, participate for $500. I'll send you leads that I send to everybody else. Cool. No. Get on all the Facebook groups. Get on all the pages with real estate agents and property managers. And you want to build organically if you can. Now, if you got the money, throw that out the window and pay to play, right? Pay to play. 2024, 2025, it's okay. Pay to play. Whatever that means, go ahead and blow whatever kind of money it is to get you a fast start. But that's if you have money to play with. We're talking somebody starting with, man, I only got a couple $100. Man, I only got $60. Well, I got to figure things out, right? It's okay to start slow. Figure out what business is like in the winter. Figure out what it's like in your area for the fall, the spring, the summer. The summer months are probably going to be your best months, right? Be a damn good person. Show up on time. Make sure that you let the customer know you're coming prior to you showing up. So, give you an example. If you have a customer you scheduled for 12 o'clock p.m. lunchtime, right? I always shoot them a call or a text and say, hey, we're on the way, about 30 minutes prior. Open communication with your customer is going to go a long ways. And then when you show up, you want to make sure that you do the right job. Like, do the job the right way, I mean. You want to make sure you have PPE, right? Gloves. Maybe you need some protective eye glasses. Hats. Do you need some kind of a Tyvek suit? You know, because doing junk removal, you're going to be in attics where there's a lot of rat shit. You're going to be in sheds where there's a lot of snakes and rats, and you want to make sure that you got proper boots. You're not wearing anything that you're going to Sunday church with. You want to always make sure that you show up prepared for whatever the case might be. In my truck, and I'll do a video on this here soon, I have the tools I might need, tools that I don't need for the job, but if I get another call and it's something I need a Sawzall for, I have the Sawzall. Sledgehammer, shovels. Hey, don't go out and buy all that. A lot of times you're going to do jobs and you're going to get shovels. You're going to get all these trash cans. You're going to end up acquiring a lot of things. Now, what I would do is I would buy a dolly maybe on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. Go out there and get you a dolly that can lift 500 to 1,000 pounds, because you're going to need a dolly. Eventually, you're going to come into a project. You can't just throw it over your shoulder and haul it to the truck, right? So nothing wrong with starting slow. Get your business out there on the free social media sites. But I'm telling you, after your first month, you're going to realize, like, wow, not only did I make a good amount of money, and that $500 to $1,000 a day is a realistic goal for 2025 for anybody that's just starting. Keep your costs low. You know, you got to have fuel. You got to have certain things. Keep your costs low. But I'm telling you, junk removal in 2025, people are going to say, hey, junk removal is saturated. Oh, there's so many people. No, you know what? There's 100 different companies in junk removal. The thing that separates everybody is the damn person that shows up. Show up, you're on time, you're smiling. You could be having the worst freaking day ever, but if you're smiling, the customer doesn't know. You compliment the customer on their house, their car, whatever, right? And you just talk to them like a normal human being and actually show like you're interested in being there. It's not just, oh, I'm here for the couch. Okay, let me get the couch. I'm out. Peace. I'm out. Like, it's got to be more than that. You have to interact with your customers as a normal human being. If you don't have people skills, you got to learn real quick that it's kind of like, now listen, don't judge me for what I'm about to tell you, but I'm going to tell you. If you're a guy and you're back in the day and you're trying to woo that chick, you're trying to get this girl to, you know, have a drink with you, go on a date with you, we were all in, smiling, telling her, yeah, girl, this and that, I'm going to do, yeah, right? You got to apply the same tactics as if you were trying to woo that girl, that guy, or whatever back in the day when you were single and you were trying to mingle, use the same tactic. You trying to be pretty fly for a guy, you got to talk to that girl, right? You got to, it's a hustle. But you want to go at it professionally with your customer. It's always nice to always remember what their name is, address them by their name, compliment, and just have a human conversation. Hey, how's your day? Great. Man, this weather's been a little shitty lately, hasn't it? But the one thing that I will not do is I will not smoke in front of a customer, which I don't smoke, but I wouldn't allow smoking. I don't ask to go to the bathroom at their house. You know, you want to keep it professional, but with that tactic of trying to woo that girl or the guy, when we were younger and we were single trying to mingle, you know what I mean? Hey, whatever happens. But that's also going to help you if you want tips. You're going to get tips in this business that you didn't think you were going to get. I charged somebody $375 for a half a load, and I got a $100 tip one day. Did it help that it was raining outside and I was soaking wet and I was still getting it? But you're going to get some pretty damn good tips because you're showing up, you're being a human, you're doing things for others, you're making an impact and an income, right? And then let's say you get really nice couches. Do you need to take it to the dump? No. You could take it to the local thrift store and donate it, okay? Not everything has to go to the transfer station. Not everything has to go to the dump. There's things on your truck or whatever mode of transportation you choose to use that could be donated, scrap for, metal. Listen, there's things that could be sold. It's not always a quick play just to go to the dump. Why spend the money in the beginning if you don't need to spend the money? If you have space to keep metal in the backyard or somewhere until it accumulates into a good amount, do it, right? You want to go out and do your research on transfer stations where you can donate items, where you can take scrap metal, where you can take old appliances. Now, if those appliances work, Facebook Marketplace, post them. Don't sell them for outrageous amounts of money, but sell them to get rid of them. And you're going to make somebody's day. Like, you're going to take a nice refrigerator, sell it for half of what you see on Facebook Marketplace, put more money in your pocket, help somebody else in return that they didn't have to spend a lot of money because you already got paid to take it. So these are all things that you have to consider whenever you're starting junk removal in 2025. But is it worth it? Like I said in the beginning, hell yes, it's worth it. I'm telling you, the freedoms that you're going to have from making your own schedule, the smiles that are going to be put on your face by helping customers, and just not having to clock in anymore eventually for somebody else that, boss makes $1 and you make a dime, right? That's why a lot of people shit on company time. You ain't got to worry about that. It's you versus the world out there. You're going to be successful. Just take your time, document everything, make sure that you're doing everything in a legal structure, and the money is going to come in before you know it, to the point where you think you're doing some illegal shit. So that's my take on junk removal for 2025. Don't listen to naysayers. Don't listen to oversaturated. Don't listen to shit. Listen to the person that means the most. That means look in the mirror, figure out if this is something that you really want to do. Don't be afraid, because fear will stop you from accomplishing your goals in life. Go out there, kick ass, take names, and on the next video, I'll break down the truck that I have and the tools and everything that I take with me every single day, so that way you can see what is inside the truck on a daily basis. Until next time, it's been a huge pleasure to be doing this YouTube video. It's great to be out here, putting myself out here, talking to the freaking wall, right? But I love doing YouTube. I love getting new subscribers, and I like for people to watch my videos so I can grow my YouTube channel. That's one of my goals for 2025, is to finally get monetized on YouTube and also make better videos for junk removal in 2025. So if I don't get to talk to you guys until next year, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate everybody that watches. It's Matt from Anchors Away Junk Removal and hauling. We haul it all, but the mother-in-law. Boom. We're out of here. Come on, I know y'all had to laugh at that one. I'll see y'all later.